Hi, everyone. I'm Lisa Elkington, and I'm going to talk to you about systems theory. It's a fancy name, but what it really means is understanding how everything in a person's life connects to each other. Imagine your life is like a big puzzle. Each piece represents different parts of your world: your family, your job, your friends, and even your health. When one piece is out of place, it can throw the whole puzzle off. Systems theory helps us see how those pieces all fit together and how changing one piece can affect the whole picture. Now, you might be thinking, okay, that sounds like a lot of deep thinking. This is way too complex for me. I get it. When I started reading systems theory in action, I was like, I do not get it. But I stuck with it, and it's an amazing way of thinking. Well, if you've ever had a day where things just aren't going right and you feel like everything is connected and your bad mood is affecting your family, your work, stress may be creeping into your personal life, then you've already experienced the power of systems theory. Systems theory helps us understand why that happens and how can we fix it. I'm going to walk you through the basics of this theory. Bear with me, using an example and show you how it's used in social services to help people make real, lasting changes. Let's break this down into simple terms. Homeostasis, balance. This one's easy to picture. Think of your life like a car that's running smooth. When something goes wrong, like a flat tire or the engine starts making a really weird noise, your car isn't running in balance anymore. That's like a person or a family when things are off balance. Homeostasis is the idea that we try to get back to that smooth running state. So if a child in a family starts acting out, the family may try to restore the balance by finding out what's causing the problem, like stress at home or lack of communication. And we have boundaries. Boundaries are like invisible lines that help keep things in order. Imagine you have a personal space bubble. When someone gets too close to your bubble, you might feel really uncomfortable. Well, in families, clear boundaries help people understand what's okay and what's not. For an example, if a parent constantly gives a child everything they want, they set no limits, that child may start to think they can get away with anything. Boundaries help prevent that. They help keep the relationship healthy. Then we have feedback loops. Feedback loops are like a game of ping pong. You hit the ball, it bounces back, you hit it again. Positive feedback loops are like a friendly back and forth. Hey, I helped with the dishes. Thanks. That really helped. This makes you want to do it again, right? But negative feedback loops are like getting stuck in a bad game of ping pong, where you keep hitting the ball, but no one's really improving. For example, if a teenager misbehaves and their parents yell at them, it could lead to more misbehavior, creating a cycle of frustration. Therapists help break that cycle by showing people how to create positive feedbacks. See if I can say this right. Equifinality, which is multiple ways to solve problems. This is like trying to get the same trying to get to the same destination, but there are different roads you can take. If you're stuck in traffic on one road, you can find a different route. Similarly, in therapy, there isn't just one way to solve a problem. A family with communication issues, for example, could work on role playing, listening skills, even journaling. There is more than one way to get to that goal. Circular causality. This means that things don't always happen in a straight line. In life, we know how that goes. Instead of saying A caused B, we recognize that A and B are interacting with each other, creating a loop. For example, if a parent is stressed at work and comes home cranky, the child will act out, which makes the parent even more upset. That frustration just keeps going around and around. Breaking that cycle is key, and that's where therapy steps in to help. Now, let's talk about how all this works in real life. So, let's talk about John, a fictional character, of course. John is a 15-year-old high school student who's been getting in trouble at school, skipping class, getting into fights with other students, and his grades are slipping. From the outside, it may look like John's problem. John's the problem. But using systems theory, we know there's a lot more to the story. Family dynamics. When a social worker looks at John's situation, they don't just look at his behavior, they start to look at the entire family. John's parents have been arguing a lot at home, and his dad just lost his job. The stress in the home is spilling over into John's life, making him act out. This is where systems theory comes in. Instead of just focusing on John's behavior, the social worker looks at how the family is interacting, how stress is affecting everyone, and how those patterns need to change. Feedback loops. John's acting out in school could be a reaction to the tension at home. The more he misbehaves, the more upset his parents get, the more they argue. It's a negative feedback loop. The social worker's job is to break this cycle. Maybe they'd work with John's parents to improve their communication or help John learn healthier ways to cope with his stress. Homeostasis, balance. The goal is to bring the family back into balance. This could mean teaching John's parents a new way to handle stress or helping him reconnect in a positive way. Once the family starts to restore their balance, John will likely start doing better in school, too. The whole family system is connected, and changing one part helps everyone. At this point, you might be wondering, okay, but how do I know if this applies to my own life? Well, think about your own relationships for a second. Do you ever feel like a pattern is repeating over and over again? Maybe you and your partner keep having the same argument. Or are you feeling stressed at work and it starts affecting how you interact with your friends or family? That's systems theory at work. It's all about understanding that our actions have ripple effects on the people around us. In social services, using systems theory helps people see the bigger picture and understand that fixing one piece of the puzzle can help solve other problems too. If you've ever felt like your work life is affecting your personal life or your stress is rubbing off on the people around you, you've seen systems theory in action. Well, so there you have it. Systems theory in action. It's all about understanding how everything in your life is connected, whether it's family dynamics, work stress, or personal issues. Everything is part of a bigger system. By recognizing these connections, we can make small changes in one area that have a big impact on the whole system. In social services, this theory helps social workers and therapists understand the bigger picture and support individuals and families in making lasting positive changes. So, next time you're feeling like everything in your life is connected and maybe even out of balance, remember that systems theory is at work. It's a way of thinking that can lead to real change, whether in your own life or in the lives of others. So, thanks for watching. I hope this gave you a better understanding of how systems theory works and how it's used in social services. Remember, just like a puzzle, you can always find a way to restore balance and put things back together. Thank you. Have a great day.